Fake HOA blew open my cabin door, didn't know I'm border patrol. They got shot and cuffed. The wind howled through the Karen Range, a jagged scar of mountains where I'd built my cabin to escape the world's noise. I'm Jake, a border patrol officer, 10 years on the job, trained to spot lies in a glance. My cabin was my sanctuary, a place where the only law was solitude. But that night, solitude shattered. It started with a knock, sharp, insistent, like someone demanding entry to my soul. I cracked the door, my service pistol tucked behind my back. 3 strangers stood there. A wiry man with a clipboard, a woman with a fake smile, and a hulking guy whose eyes darted like a cornered animal. They wore matching vests, embroidered with Karen Range HOA out here. My gut screamed scam. We're here to enforce community standards. The woman, Claire, said, her voice syrupy but sharp. Your cabin's unpermitted. Pay the fine or we seize it. The wiry man, Tom, thrust a document at me, official looking but flimsy, like something printed off a cheap inkjet. The big guy, Nate, just loomed, cracking his knuckles. I played along, squinting at the paper. No HOA out here. This is federal land. Claire's smile faltered, but she doubled down. You're in violation. We've got authority. Authority? My badge was in my pocket, but I kept quiet. I wanted to see how far they'd push. Tom stepped closer, his breath sour. Pay $5,000 now, or we come back with force. Nate kicked the door wider, splintering the frame. That's when I saw the glint of a knife in his belt. My heart pounded, but my training kicked in. I stepped back, hand on my gun. Last chance. Leave. Claire laughed, a brittle sound. You're alone out here, buddy. That's when I heard Ida rustle in the brush. Someone else was watching. My instincts screamed ambush, but I kept my eyes on the trio. Nate lunged, his knife flashing. I drew and fired a warning shot into the dirt. They froze, but Claire screamed, "You can't do this. We're legit." Legit? I flashed my badge. Border Patrol. You're on federal land, impersonating officials. Drop the knife. Nate hesitated, then charged. I fired again, clipping his shoulder. He dropped, cursing. Tom bolted, but I tackled him, cuffs snapping on his wrists. Claire sobbed, collapsing to her knees, her bravado gone. That's when the twist came. The rustle in the brush wasn't an accomplice, it was a kid. No older than 15, wide-eyed and trembling. They made me do it, he whispered, stepping into the light. His name was Eli, a runaway they'd roped into their scam, promising him a cut if he played lookout. His dirty face told a story of desperation, not greed. My anger wavered. These 3 were predators, but Eli? He was prey. I radioed for backup, my voice steady despite the chaos in my chest. As I cuffed Claire, she spat. You think you're a hero? This is our livelihood. Livelihood? Scamming lone homeowners in the middle of nowhere? I wanted to scream, but Eli's hollow eyes stopped me. He didn't deserve this. None of it. Backup arrived, and the trio was hauled away, Nate bleeding but stable. Eli sat on my porch, clutching a mug of coffee I'd given him. They said it was easy money, he murmured. Said no one would fight back. I saw myself in him, a kid who'd once trusted the wrong people, saved only by a badge and a purpose. I promised to get him help, but his future felt as uncertain as the wind. As the patrol vans vanished into the night, I stood alone, my cabin door hanging off its hinges. The Karen Range was quiet again, but the silence felt heavier now. I'd stopped a scam, maybe saved lives, but at what cost? Nate's blood stained the dirt. Eli's haunted eyes lingered in my mind. Justice felt like a Pyrrhic victory. The next morning, I nailed a sign to my porch. No HOA, no lies, just truth. But the truth was, I wasn't sure what truth meant anymore. The wilderness didn't care about right or wrong, it just endured. Maybe that was the lesson. Or maybe I was just tired. What would you do when trust is broken and justice feels like betrayal? Share your thoughts.